right, guys. 1 second here. Should be live here. Here we are. What's going on, Opus? What's going on, Garla? All right, guys. Just getting everything set up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the icon if you make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Big old day today. $212,000 day. Feels good to kind of be back in the middle of August. Save. Perfect. All right, guys. So like I said, guys, hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Hopefully you guys traded well out there. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this, like this. Whoops. Sorry about that. Then we'll copy this. Go right here. Alrighty, guys. Like I said, hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys have been trading well. Today was an opportunistic day, just like yesterday was as well. VIPX created opportunities that were out there, and we were able to capitalize on them pretty well. We're just going to set everything up here quickly. All right, see if okay, there's that. Go here, go like this, go like that. Again, guys, I hope that you all had a great trading day out there. If you didn't, that's okay. You know, it's a part of trading. It's a part of learning. It's a part of the process. If you did, congratulations. Salutations. No, I'm just kidding. PMCB. And then we had... I want to make sure I get all these right here. Okay, and then we had HOOD. Okay, there's that. I want to make sure I post it there. Okay, cool, Twitter. Alrighty, guys. Live. Okay, cool. Just got everything set up. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Hopefully you guys have been trading well. There's basically one trade I can cover, but I'll give everybody about 30 seconds to kind of come on in. Callie, what's going on? What's going on, Steve Austin? What's going on, Alex, Money, Jose, Michael? How did you start out? I started off losing over half my net worth, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I always thought at this point in my career was possible. I still think I got a lot more potential. I still think I can make, 8-9 figure trades in a day. I really do. There's opportunities everywhere, guys. And if you train, if you study, if you work hard, and yes, I said train. If you train your mind, if you continue to study, if you work hard, if you continue to come back and learn from every process that you make, then yeah, I think there's opportunities everywhere. I think there's 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure trades out there, in one day. So it just, make your dreams come true, hold the bar high, and continue to make the bar higher, right? If you think it's impossible, then you're not in the right headspace. It's only impossible because you believe it is, Prove that it's possible by making it possible. Don't believe that it's impossible because someone hasn't done it. Prove them wrong. The only reason how something is impossible is because it hasn't been done. But before, going to the moon, it was impossible, right? Until we figured it out. So just make things possible that you think, and you just keep setting that bar higher and higher. That's all I have to say. I don't want to go off and starting with a rant here. But, all right, guys. So today, it's been a rough couple months, but, the reality is good that we're kind of just breaking even and waiting for the big hot trends to start back up and then continue to grow from there. So, VRPX created the opportunity. Yesterday, pre-market started at 4. And then we ran all the way to 39, and we had some solid moves, but kind of just chugged down slowly the rest of the day. But that created the opportunity on PMCB. This one was my main watch out of the day. To begin the day, I didn't like the market cap, but then I liked the way the volume was coming in. I liked the way that it was churning. Started buying all the dips. You can see right here, I was buying it all day. Okay? Accumulate. First off, B-Way, I thought maybe this would be the one, but it wasn't gapping high enough and it didn't start low enough in the same price range, but we still made a nice $72,000 on it, selling around in the $10 range. EJH overnight didn't pan out. B-Way then ended up losing about $10,000 on it, and then APRE, I just ended up losing on that one. Unfortunately, of course, it comes back throughout the day. MRIN, this one, we actually took this one off perfectly somewhere up in here. Nailed that. And then, so PMCB, though, was my main trade of the day. That's that, right? So PMCB, the reason being, okay, first off, look, as I always say, look at VRPX. There's a huge run with a ton of liquidity. But like I always say, the biggest thing is seeing the highest percentage gainer with a ton of liquidity. And this had them both. It ran, I believe, 800-900% in 2 days with a ton of liquidity. Okay. Yesterday, I believe it traded like 1.7 billion. Today it traded, we had 48 million shares at a $27 average. So, what is that? I don't know. It's a lot of money. That's all I know. I think it still traded well over $1 billion on the day. And then PMCB looked to be the sympathy play. The reason being, this is basically what I call the chase play. It's basically what I call the play that, gets chased, gets FOMO'd. Thanks, Alex. From the previous runner, because it ran so high, so fast, with a lot of liquidity. A lot of times people look for things and they believe that it's possible after that. And this is the exact thing right here. Consolidation intraday, rip towards the end of the day with a lot of liquidity, right? This is the predictable stuff with a high percentage return, with a high percentage of predictability. And this is what we wait for. Now, did it happen in August? Yes, it did, but I didn't expect it to. But since, VIPX happened, I basically just accumulated all the dips. And you can see here, look at how much I was accumulating. I was buying 1,000 shares at a time. Maybe even 3,000 shares at a time. And you can see, all I was doing was accumulating every single, you can see I accumulated here. I accumulated all in here, and in here, and in here, right? I accumulated all these dips. You can see every time it dipped, I accumulated. That's how highly convicted I was. So I started buying some in here on this dip. And then I just let it churn out. Started to add a lot of size right there. Another size right there. A little bit right there. A little bit right there. Some more chunks in here. Some more chunks in here. Most of my size was added right in here, I think. Yeah, right in here is where I added my size. And then, we had a nice churn and the total gain on that one trade, 749 average in with 124,000 shares, and then average out 881. I started scaling out up in here. Honestly, it's too bad I didn't wait, because that could have been a 400, maybe even a $500,000 trade. Is what it is though. So, anyways, I took it off, and that was that. What do you mean blow up the chart like that? So basically me just accumulating in here, in here, in here, in here, and that's where I had a lot of my size right there, because we kept holding higher lows. We continued to, it was basically a sell-off. This was trying to shake everyone out. These type of wick ups, wick downs, wick up, wick downs, wick up, wick downs. All the stock was doing was trying to shake everyone out, and then they finally pushed it higher, right? And I was able to capitalize somewhat. Now, I didn't nail it, but I was still able to capitalize $163,000 in a $212,000 day. We have now increased the account to a $1.4 million account. Could I have held it overnight? Sure. Will it gap up? I don't know. But I took my $200,000 on the day, locked it up, and that's that. So, do I wish that I would have done more? Of course. But the reason, and let me tell you something, the reason why I didn't get shaken out was because, first of all, I was convicted off VRPX. Second of all, I was buying all day. I wasn't just buying all in all at once. I was slowly accumulating throughout the day. That way, if it failed, I would have, sold out. If it would have failed, I would have sold out. Right in here, if I had bigger size, I probably would have stopped out and then got, watch this go without me. But it didn't. I let it, and then it churned on up. And then, right there was kind of confirmation to me that this thing was holding on with that kind of volume. And then we had a nice little try and shake out again, and that's where I added a lot of my size. And it perked back up, higher lows, perk off throughout the gates. I saw Jordan get out right on that wick. That's too bad. He thought it was the kill candle. He was mistaken. VRPX, guys, it shows strength, right? And, when I see a VRPX, guys, I get more highly convicted because that VRPX stock shows conviction into the next runner. Because a lot of people have seen on the sidelines what is possible. A lot of people thought, the type of move that VRPX made wasn't possible. But then now that they've seen it, it's right in front of them. The crowd has seen it. There's no lying what happened. All the volume, the liquidity, they all showed up. People were losing and making money on this. Well, then the people that were on the sidelines, or the ones that made money on it, were then chasing this one up. Because they now have their horizons where like, okay, well, it's actually possible that they can run hard and run fast and run with liquidity. And, that gets chased up by all those people that either didn't catch it the first time on VRPX or the ones that made money on VRPX and saw what was possible, right? This is what I call FOMO. And the FOMO was all built from VRPX. That's why it was predictable. The FOMO was built from VRPX, and the percentages were on my side there. Yeah, I traded Folk for like a $4,600 winner. Just taking those dips, watching it perk through highs. I like the way the 1 year looked. Still watching that one, though. But, and that's basically it today, guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. I have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Free chat in the description below. My course teaching my process in the description below. A lot of you guys want to learn how I trade and how I turn 1,000 into 4 or 5, or how I turn 1,000 into 5 million fully verified through Business Insider. Well, my course teaches you that. It teaches you the same processes and strategies. Probably about 90 to 95% of those I still use to this day. There's probably some things that I don't use. But I would say, comfortably 80 to 90, maybe even as high as 98% of the trades that I used to help me get to 1,000 to 5 million, I still use to this day. And that concept that I use today is in my course as well. But you can also learn a ton from my YouTube if you want it for free. I'm not saying buy my course. You don't need to. You can just check out my YouTube. It's going to take you a lot longer, and it's not going to be nutrient dense. And you're probably going to learn some. And you're also, the most valuable thing is a live trading in my course, which I don't do anywhere else. It's all recorded in it. My brokers that I use, the link description below. Scanner software I use, all in the links in the description below. I know a lot of you guys signed up for the trial. Should be running out soon, so make sure to use that discount code in that link to sign up. That'll give you 15% off if you're interested in that. Thanks, Cam. Beast Trading. See you chatting tomorrow. I appreciate it. So what do you think about PMC will do tomorrow? I don't know. PMCB made a nice move. It could gap. If it does the same move as VRPX, it probably will. It's also a risk of an offer because the biotech or higher percentage chances of that. Hi, Cam. I started using TradeGeo. The charges are so high. Will you execute market or limit? I market. I don't know what you mean by that. The charges are they're free trading. Yeah. All right, guys. I profited the most today off PMCB. That's really all I have today, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe. Like the channel. Make sure to share the channel. I really appreciate that, guys. It helps the NorMagnoTrading.com community out a ton. Looks like it's perking back up there. Like you, the strong feeling. Oh, copy VRPX. Have a great trade. The only thing is with VRPX is it didn't quite hold its gains and now it's selling off. If this would have held its gain and continued to go higher, PMCB would have gone higher, most likely. You're welcome, Marty Harrison. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing to the NorMagnoTrading.com community. I appreciate all the support. Cheers, team. Go M.